right, we should be live on YouTube. Let me know if you are. Please feel free to interrupt. If those of you on Telegram, make sure you open up YouTube as well and have it on in the background. So, hello and welcome everyone. This is EMP.Money. This is our daily live AMA and Detonator rollover. Happy to have all you here today. Markets are still looking brutal out there. Um, we our ecosystem is healthy. We recovered PEG last night and actually even printed one of our epochs, but um, just before I jumped on stream, actually, we had another large whale exit. And again, I mean, I made a little bit of a comment on this on our Telegram and our Discord. Um, we can't live and die by the whales, especially under these market conditions. So the fact that we have an amazing amount of liquidity is huge because, it could have obliterated us. I mean, the same whale that just dumped also dumped some other protocols that are algorithmic tokens and just completely destroyed them. So the fact that we are still sitting strong is extremely bullish. Again, I know that's hard to see the forest through the trees right now with the markets bleeding, but this is all short-term volatility, and we will recover. So just hang in there, and let me jump on over to Detonator. I'll go over some updates, and then we'll take questions after that. Give me 1 minute.
Everybody should keep in mind that there was the same type of fear March 12th, 2020, and the markets have recovered amazingly since then. So that was a much bigger worldwide deal than the attack on Terra Luna. So if you think it's going to be a long-term downtrend, I would caution you to just go back and look at the charts from March of 2020, and you can tell me if you think it's gone up or down from that point in time.
Absolutely, Bull. What did I say? When in doubt, zoom out, right, brother? So yeah, I mean, a lot of us have been here for years. I know some of you, this is your first DeFi project, and you're not used to this. And again, I know it looks brutal out there, but um, I can assure you that again, this is all part of the cycle. And I'll talk about Luna specifically. I want to touch on algorithmic projects as a whole and the risks that come along with that and why, again, yes, EMP is an algorithmic project, but the fact that we're not tied to a stable token is extremely important. So, again, I'll go into all that. But one thing I do want to say too is thanks for all the amazing comments and support from all of you. I released the video earlier today with Jonathan Seller, a prominent YouTuber. We had been wanting to do it for a while, where I fully dox. I released my identity, my last name, my background, basically everything you would ever want to know about me. And then why, again, I created EMP along with my team and what we were looking to accomplish. So I hope that, again, instills a lot of faith in all of you, and we're not going anywhere. We're here to continue to build and to grind. And again, it was really great to hear all the messages today. So I appreciate all of you for the kind words. And if you haven't seen that video, please make sure you check it out. It's in our Discord, it's in our Telegram, and you can also find it on Jonathan Sellers' YouTube. Again, he's called The Drip Farm, is the name of his channel. That's we're going to more of that too after this. I'm happy to take questions on anything I brought up in that video. So, all right, we have about 5 minutes left. Our detonator is still looking incredible. I mean, again, detonator is our shining light. While the markets are just dead and bleeding, detonator continues to grow and show some amazing promise. So, detonator is our daily ROI contract. You get approximately 1% a day. It could be more, could be less, but we do guarantee you 365% return. You deposit LP tokens, and then you get 1%, again, approximately, back over time. And with this, we've seen a lot of growth. Again, it turned the market uncertainty and and paper handlers into diamond handlers, because once you deposit into Detonator, that's it. You don't have to worry about any other decisions. Just claim or compound every day, and hopefully have a lot more than what you started with over the long run. So, and this is really healthy for our liquidity. Again, we've been able to weather the storm, so to speak, with a lot of dumping and a lot of volatility because we have such deep liquidity. Again, we're still at about 15 million in liquidity, which is just insane because ETH is almost sub $2,000, and to have that much liquidity still shows that people are here for the long run. So that is definitely bullish. And again, it's you got to look at the right metric. So the TVL might be going down. We see a lot of buying and selling volume. We have more volume today. We had double the volume today, and we already had a lot of daily volume. But yeah, it was like something crazy, like $4 million in trade volume today, and growing. So again, there's a lot of swing traders. There's a lot of crazy shit happening in the markets and EMP, but the liquidity is strong, and this is only temporary. So we will recover. It's just a matter of having that long-term time horizon. Again, not financial advice, just a perspective from a DeFi veteran. So, Bull, anything you want to add, man? We had about 2 minutes here before the rollover.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man. And hopefully, everybody, if you're looking at those charts too much, just step back, spend some time with people in your real life, because these things go down and they do come back up, and it's nothing to get all wound up about and have it affect your real life. And not that crypto isn't your real life, but truly, like, take a step back and then just kind of appreciate life a little bit, and then come back, step back, and realize, like, oh, well, I still have my LP here. The LP is going to go up. I believe that ETH is going to go up in the future. And so don't focus on the right now, in a negative light, right? These are just learning opportunities, and the real key is not to get, like, emotional about it. And I realize we're all human beings, and I realize the rollover is just about to happen, so I'm going to shut up. So
No, Bull, for sure, man. And again, I mean, you lock in gains by selling. As long as you hold, don't sell the bottom and buy the top. That's the exact opposite of what you want to do. So I get that you're losing money on paper, but realize until you actually hit that button to sell, it can get better. So, all right, we have 1 minute left. And again, I'll talk about all this more in depth after the rollover. But get ready. We already have a nice snipe, 134 LP. We'll see if that holds up. Again, about 50 seconds here. The contract is continuing to grow. We have 2,332, I'm sorry, 2,321 participants in the contract, just under $3 million, 45,386 LP, which is looking, again, really healthy. So, all right, we got 30 seconds. Remember to claim or compound. Hopefully you're compounding more than claiming. Get your credit for your last minute tickets, and good luck, everyone. Here we go. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 134 gonna take it. Oh, 166. Nice. Is that gonna be the winner? A triple snipe. Maybe. Let the UI catch up. All right, let me refresh. Bull or anybody else, can we confirm? 166. We'll take it.
I'm looking right now.
Yeah, there was a lot of BSC congestion today. People are panicking and trying to dump, and they're clogging up the network. But
166 was 166 was the winner, AJ.
all right, so that was the winner. I think we had some multiple snipes in there. Again, I'll post the link to view the on-chain data. We are working on a video right now to to show that to you guys. Again, the UI is a little bit laggy, but that's just because there's so much information being processed that we can't have it updated in real time. But the blockchain is. So again, you can check that link. We'll post it, and some of the moderators have been tracking the last minute deposits. But they are. I mean, they're amazing. I mean, we see multiple snipes again, an all-time high today, 45,880 LP. That's about a 400 LP increase from yesterday, with the last minute volume and detonator continuing to grow. I mean, my God, how bullish is that? The markets are completely dead. Everybody's losing their minds, but yet detonator is growing, and people understand that now is the time to get cheap LP. So again, our LPs have been running about $100 per LP token. Now they're about 60. So we're at a significant discount with ETH pulling back. Again, EMP at 50 cents, which is a local low for sure. And that's just because, again, the price of ETH impacts the price of EMP. But with that, you can accumulate cheap LP. You deposit that cheap LP into Detonator, and now when ETH recovers, you're significantly reducing your ROI time on a dollar value. Because, again, if you're getting, say, $10 a day in rewards, but ETH triples or doubles from here, then that is a triple or double on the rewards themselves from a dollar perspective. So I hope that makes sense, and why, again, Detonator is so incredible. And we are the only algo project, we're the only project in DeFi that has Detonator. So, no other project can say that, and no other project can be protected from the war zone out there like Detonator is. So, all right, awesome. I'm gonna jump right into questions and updates. Let me go ahead and pull up my desktop. Bull, while I do that, anything you want to add real fast?
Yeah, like AJ said, the detonator is growing, the LP is growing, the users are growing, the tickets are growing. So always, as I like to say, the best opportunity is today. Doing something today, is the quickest way to figuring out if that thing is for you. And like we always talk about here in the community, education is key for the success of this project. So don't jump in and invest right away. We want you educated, and we want you to know how the system works so that you succeed, because when you succeed, we all succeed. And that's not BS. That is the straight up truth about how these protocols perform. And the good thing about this community is we all understand that, and we all are moving in the same direction towards that EMP success island sometime down the road. And hopefully you jump in and join us. And yeah, so that's what I'm really looking forward to, is more people coming on board, and more people teaching the new people that come on board how everything works, and in a positive, constructive manner.
Absolutely, Bull, and that plays into what we were talking about earlier. I get that it's really hard to see, the dollar value of your portfolio, literally go in half. For some of us, at least down, 30, 40%. And really, that's why we've always preached from day one is to get educated, never invest with money that you cannot afford to lose. That is the number one rule in crypto. You don't be putting your house payments. We joke about it in here, but honestly, I mean, don't be putting your house payments or educate kids' education on the line. I mean, you have to be prepared for this volatility, and again, we've seen it many, many times where the bottom drops out. But a week or two from now, hopefully sooner, maybe a month from now, who knows? But it almost always recovers. Well, it has always recovered from the inception of crypto, and we don't see why this would be anything different. So yeah, hopefully that helps. Again, I know it's easy for me to say, but just know that we're just giving advice based on history, not financial advice, but advice on what the markets have done, year over year. So, all right, awesome. What else? Let me see. So I went
Could
over.
you jump
AJ,
into
I, I, I think
one?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, go
Okay.
ahead, Ellie.
So LA, you go first, and then Bull. Go ahead, LA. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great.
Awesome video earlier, by the way. Awesome, awesome video. That
Thanks,
was
LA.
amazing.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Awesome.
I just wanted to hop in because I'm so pumped right now. I just want to get this out. I kind of touched on this the other day, but I just wanted to reiterate because it's gotten even better since the other day. But for any of you who weren't on the other day when I said this, like even though the markets are down inside the detonator every single day this week when I've gone to compound, my rewards have gotten higher and higher and higher. And my daily burst looks like it's the same, but my actual rewards have gotten higher every day this week. And that's because people are not waiting until the last minute to deposit. Look at today, we had a deposit of 150 something, like well before rollover time, and that 6% gets distributed amongst everyone, um, and that makes a difference. And so our rewards are going up, and the pool balance is going up every day too. I mean, look, we're at 45,000, over 45,000 now. And one thing I wanted to point out too is it's easy to look at the dollar amount of the lottery prizes and say like, oh, the lottery prizes are way down, but actually like they're way up, right? And
For
so
sure.
once the market recovers, like those prizes are going to be worth so much, especially when you account like the 365 percent that you're going to make on them. So the detonator is just so where it's at, and obviously this is not like telling any of you what to do, but if you aren't already in it, definitely watch the academy and think about getting in it because it's just so consistent no matter what's going on with the market. And right now you can get really cheap LP and the rewards are actually going up and we're seeing them go up. So it's just so amazing. And like every day when I go to compound, I'm just so excited to see them getting higher and higher. So it's wicked.
Absolutely, LA, no doubt. Well, thank you for again confirming that. I know we say it all the time, but it's nice to hear, a non-team member or, somebody that's been around for a while now, confirm that again, Daily Burst is doing extremely well. Even
Mm-hmm.
though it's not really moving on from an LP standpoint, like LA said, the instant rewards are crushing it the last few days. And remember, and Couch, I know you can attest to this, brother, that the taxes on the are already factored into the UI. So if you're compounding, you're actually getting 20% more of what it
Mm-hmm.
shows. So yeah, go ahead, Couch. You want to add anything, brother?
No, LA just nail the nail in the head. So just wait until we have again Ethereum around 3,300. Just wait until we have Ethereum back at 3,800. Just wait a little bit until we have Ethereum at 4,000, and then you will see the power of compounding now.
Absolutely.
So we have to tell you guys, compound now that is cheap, is low, So I personally I stopped claiming. I used to do like 5.2, and now I am just 100% claiming because it's so cheap now. So why are I going to claim something that is undervalued? And yeah, it goes to my beefy and whatever. But I just leave it in the detonator and gain 20% on top of that. So it's been like 4 days now that I'm being claiming 100%. So I changed my strategy. Once the LP went below $85, there's no reason for me to claim nothing at all because I'm losing money. So now I switch to 100% compound. And remember, that's me, not a financial advice. It's your money. You can do whatever you want to do. But the people that have a lot of money, the smart money is telling you all the time, compound when it's low and then take or claim when it's high. So right now it's low. Why you are going to claim it right now? You are doing you a disservice if you are claiming right now. Okay.
Absolutely. Awesome, Couch. Yep. And again, I mean that is 100% the truth. You compound when it's low, you take profits when it's high. We've always preached, to take profits responsibly. And eShare, when eShare was 3 grand, that could have built a stable bag for you to have money to DCA back in when we see the lows. So, and I know it's a lot easier said than done. I fall victim to that as well. We get excited, the market's doing well, we want it to just keep going. I mean, that's part of human nature, but it's really important to have a game plan outside of that and stick to, the math and really make a plan for yourself as things move forward. So, absolutely. LA, was that it? Anything else you want to add?
Nope, that's it. Thanks.
All right, awesome. Thank you for all your hard work. I know you did an article about Detonator itself. LA's been killing it on our Medium. For those of you that are not already subscribed to our Medium articles, please do so. We got to like 100 subscribers faster than any other algo project out there. So we're looking really good on the social media front. Just make sure you keep up with that because LA's been releasing articles as well as transcribing some of our videos. So it's a really great way, especially for non-native English speakers or people that don't join our AMAs to still learn and know about the protocol. And we are in the process of getting it on the website. We just have a lot going on at the moment, but that is coming as well. So, all right, awesome. I have a few more updates, and then we'll open it up to questions as well. Bull, are you starting a queue of questions too?
Yep, I have Vino Mystic and then Kirk, and then Greg is right after that. And there are some questions already in the channel. And the most common one, AJ, if you don't mind, just answering this
right off the
quick
bat.
is
Yep.
yeah, man. Thank you. The gas fee change in the detonator. A lot of people have been wondering why that got changed from, I don't remember what the default was, but now it's 0.0075 or something like that.
Correct. So yeah, we touched on it yesterday a little bit on the AMA, but yeah, absolutely, I'm happy to go over that as well. We did update the gas limits. So there's a really important thing to remember. Just because it shows a higher gas limit, that just raises the actual amount that could be spent, not what is actually being spent. So right now, again, before the change in the optimization, it was about 0.001 for a gas limit, and unfortunately, with a lot of congestion on BSC and the last minute compounding, and just the overall volatility in the market, that a lot of transactions were failing. So we got a bunch of messages that people are trying to snipe or compound, and their transactions are failing. So Jake went in, he updated the actual gas limit. It's now 0.00. I'm sorry, 0.07. 0.007. Good lord, that is the limit. But that doesn't mean that you're going to be charged that. So it does mean that you need that minimal amount of BSC in your wallet for the transaction to go through. Again, I mean, even if you have 0.1 BNB in your wallet, you should be fine. And usually, again, the actual transaction cost has only been about 25 cents. So even though it seems like it's a lot more, it shouldn't be. And if it is, feel free to send us a DM. We'll look at your actual transactions. But overall, it should help everybody and not be an increased cost, but help us get all those transactions through a little bit more efficiently. And it's another really good point to say you really shouldn't be waiting until the last, 1 or 2 minutes to compound anyway. So again, I know a lot of people get caught up on min-maxing, those last-minute rewards from snipers, and if you have a big enough bag that those rewards are substantial, then yeah, maybe it is worth doing that. But if not, you should be at least compounding once a day when it's convenient for you, so you're not missing out or forgetting about it. But know that again, even if you don't get that last minute instant reward, you're still going to get that reward eventually because we're guaranteeing that 365%. It's just delayed on the time of that a little bit. So does that help explain it, Bull?
Yeah, I think that's perfect. And you could maybe I'll just point it out that it's very possible that that Jake changing the gas limit and setting it a little higher is going to actually result in cheaper fees for you, especially if you're a person who has had a large number of failed transactions due to running out of gas. So
Yes, that's an amazing
um,
point. Yeah, because if a transaction fails, you still pay for that transaction. So really, again, even if you're paying 1 or 2 cents more with a higher gas limit, then you have a better chance of that transaction actually going through. I mean, good Lord, I can tell you from experience on ETH. Oh my God, I remember I sent a transaction once. It was like $100 gas fee, and the transaction failed. Oh man, not a fun time. So yeah, definitely, Bill. Great point. All right. Yeah. We'll take the rest of those questions. I know Vino is in the queue. Let me just go over one more thing real fast. So,
thank you.
yeah, absolutely, man. So, again, I touched on a little bit earlier. I did release a video AMA today with Jonathan Seller. I doxed myself, my face, my last name, a little bit of history on my professional career. Again, just to kind of give you an overview. A lot of people don't realize. But I'm actually in a wheelchair, so I've never let that hold me back. I know that was the elephant in the room at the beginning of the interview. But again, I mean, I have a condition called spinal muscular atrophy, and that's basically means I'm a quadriplegic, but I have full feeling. Those of you that may be more familiar with ALS, it's very similar to that. But I've never let it hold me back. I have very successful businesses outside of crypto. And crypto really was super attractive to me because crypto is the true equalizer. It doesn't matter if you're, red, white, black, green, male, female, binary. I mean, it doesn't matter. You make your own decisions. There's no, government entity or anybody sitting over your shoulder telling you what to do. And so that's what drew me to crypto originally. And again, being able to put in my 10,000 hours, become an expert in crypto, and then again, put together a project that not only everybody can win, but that we, again, as a community, support each other in hopes of achieving financial freedom. So, again, I appreciate all the kind words from all of you. It was really great to do that interview with Jonathan, and I'm excited to move forward, with everything. Again, being fully transparent. I hope that other developers, take a page from this and come forward. Again, we're not a security. We never did a pre-sale. We just launched code on the internet. We built an economy. So hopefully there's no regulatory issues as we move forward. And I just wanted to again show everybody in the community that we're here for the long run. There's nothing to hide behind. There's no smoke and mirrors, and we can accomplish great things as we move forward. So, all right, awesome. And then one last thing I want to touch on before we take questions was algorithmic projects as a whole. So we're seeing UST get absolutely hammered. Whether you think it's a coordinated attack or just the way the mechanics work, yeah, I mean, with all algorithmic projects, there is this inherent risk of depegging. And again, I mean, algorithmic projects are really powerful, but when you're pegged to a stable token, and I know I spoke about this a few AMAs ago, there's a lot more downside potential than upside potential because exactly what we saw, over the last 2 days, once that peg breaks, um, because it is a stable token, then you see a major cascade effect after that. People panic, people dump, and the rest is history. So with us being algorithmically pegged to an asset that fluctuates anyway, there's a lot less risk of people, getting panicked of this depegging event because they know that over time we can get back, and there's a lot more upside potential. So, you're buying a stable token below $1, it can only go back to $1. But if you're not pegged to a stable token, you appreciate with whatever asset you're exposed to. So that's why we picked Ethereum and why we think it's just such a better model to have exposure to a blue chip through an algorithm rather than trying to create a stable token around an algorithm. So hopefully that gives everybody a little bit more background on, again, why we do the things we do. And the community has been incredibly strong, and we have very deep liquidity for where we're at, and all of those things play a major factor in keeping PEG over the long run. So, all right, that was my topic of discussions for the day, and yeah, let's open it up to questions. Go ahead, Bull.
Okay, man. I just wanted to say, like, just to see AJ's story, I want everybody to know, like, look, that is the power of believing in yourself. You have to be your strongest advocate in the world. Nobody is going to be an advocate for yourself if you're not. So, take that as an opportunity to believe in yourself and don't let other people hold you back. And don't let yourself hold you back. You have to believe in yourself.
Absolutely, Bull, no doubt. I mean, we all have our struggles. I mean, mine might be, physical, but I again have been blessed with an amazing mind, and I've never let that, hold me back. And it's true. If I
And good
can,
looks, right? And good looks. Don't forget good looks.
yeah, brother. I know I didn't have time to do up my fancy mustache for the interview, but yeah, brother. And again, I mean, if I can do it, anybody can do it, and that's not to, diminish my accomplishments. It's to help encourage all of you that anything is possible as long as you have the drive and determination. And I think that we've attracted. Again, I had a conversation with Stephanie earlier today about not to get too philosophical, but I think a lot of us have attracted each other and what we are putting into the DeFi space. I know a lot of us have been burned on other projects and found a really amazing tribe here of everybody that truly wants to win. Gains are incredible, but it's a little bit more than that as well. It's about educating the community. It's about creating better DeFi users overall. And again, as we move forward, we can apply that to other things as well. So I know there was some major alpha that I dropped in that video about Pulse Chain. That the value is in the community. I mean, if we are rowing in the same direction, no matter what the project is, we can help each other succeed. So that's really important as well. But all right, awesome, Bull. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for being my co-host all the time,
Oh
man.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, man. You're the nucleus here. We're just the electrons spinning around you, from your orbit here.
There you
We're
go.
sucked into your orbit.
Hell
So
yeah, man. You're always with the amazing analogies, bro. I knew I could count on you for a good one. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely, bro. Let's get these questions rolling with Vino Mystic. He's my confidant here on Discord that takes Discord questions. So Vino, are you on, buddy?
Yeah, sure am. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good, brother. There he is. How are you, Vino?
We're hanging in there. Bloody markets, but I really can't complain.
I know, brother. It's been crazy, and I have the same feeling. It's like I should be panicking right now with my portfolio being in half. But I'm pretty, I'm pretty calm. It's like we've been here, we've done this before. Now let's just get it over with so we can move on, right, bro?
Yeah, you gotta take the emotions and keep them in check at all times, especially in crypto.
For sure, man.
But no, I wanted to start off by saying great interview with Jonathan. In regards to the AMA, I watched the whole thing. It was great. And I'll just be honest, and I think I could speak on behalf of the community. No one should really care that you're in a wheelchair. I saw the wheelchair and I didn't even think twice. In my opinion, the only thing that matters is that you're true to yourself and to others.
For sure, brother. No,
That's just my 2 cents.
thanks, man. No, that means a lot. Again, man, I've lived my whole life, being judged, but really I've been super fortunate. Again, I've had a lot of success in my life, and that's because, like Bull said earlier, it's believing in yourself, man. Whether I'm sitting down or standing up or, one leg, one arm, I mean, that really doesn't matter. What matters is how you, present yourself and how you make the world a better place, while we're all here on the very limited time that we have. And if we can make some killer crypto gains in the meantime, then all the better, brother. So hell yeah, I appreciate that. So yeah, man, what else? What do we got some questions, right?
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna first start off with the obviously the actual elephant in the room, which is algos and stables, which you already covered. But
For sure.
just real quick, again, a lot of questions about worst case scenario and what could happen to EMP if the same thing happens over here that it did over at Terra Luna's ecosystem. I've
So
seen that question probably 5 or 6 times already, and like you said earlier, we're an algo coin. So how would you convince a new onlooker to invest in our project versus the likes of Terra?
absolutely. So again, I touched on it. Really, the major thing, which is what I said earlier, is the fact that we are pegged to an appreciating asset. I think that's a really important distinction. That there is so much more upside. Even when we lose peg, it's a lot less obvious. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but crypto is a psychological game. And again, if it's really obvious like Terra Luna. And again, there could have been some manipulation. I'm not really going to talk about that, because that's more of a personal opinion. But no, I mean, I think that again, what we saw is exactly what has killed, or at least hurt a lot of other algo projects from day one. Because this whole seigniorage protocol, it's not a new thing. I mean, relatively new over the last probably 4 or 5 years in DeFi. But Iron Finance was one that got depegged and destroyed. Again, Tomb in the original Tomb contract that went to zero, basically until Harry came along and fixed it. So really, what we can do is we can learn from those issues and mistakes. I think again, a huge part of it is our community. Another huge part of it was this Ethereum 3.0 staking contract that we released last week. That was in regards to bolstering our treasury. And I think that will really help over the long run. By the way, even with the down market, we are still on track to be able to pay, those returns on ETH without any issue at all. We're still looking really good. We were really conservative with the math on purpose, just because we saw there could be some short-term drops. So again, nobody panic about that. We're looking really good on making good on that in 90 days, regardless of how the market reacts. So yeah, and again, I think there was a lot of compounded effects with Luna. They had bought all of this Bitcoin to back their treasury, and in turn back the price of their asset. But again, when markets fall, that Bitcoin is going to fall in value as well. So honestly, I think there was a bit of things going on behind the scenes. I think Luna wanted to acquire that Bitcoin to have a lot of pull with Bitcoin maxis, and so that those maxis could not really say bad things about Luna, because now they have 41,000 Bitcoin, and they don't want that dumped on the market, like is exactly what happened. So again, I mean, CoffeeZilla did an amazing video on this. If you guys want to look that up, I'll post a link afterwards. But I think there was a lot of inherent issues that people were overlooking with Luna. And again, I mean, they were very well funded, and it blew up, to be something really huge. And now we're seeing the effects of that going south. So And as far as EMP, that's another reason why I've always advocated for slow and steady growth. So we don't want to have an influx of capital into our ecosystem. Um, right now it would be great. Now's a good time to DCA and to build positions, but on a longer scale, we want to have a lot of capital enter the system over a longer period of time, because again that will help us grow sustainably. And we have a lot of things in the works as we move on to phase two, which will be when eShares are no longer emitted. That again will back all of our assets. Not only in Ethereum, but also having a very deep treasury of reserves, so that if we do become depegged, then the treasury can just step in and do buybacks as well. So we've already done about $400,000 of buybacks from our treasury since our inception. We don't publicize those buybacks because we don't want people to use them as exit liquidity, but we're always in the background monitoring PEG and helping to support it where we can without manipulating the markets. So does that help, Vino? I'm happy to go into any more of that as well, but
No, I think you covered most of the bases of what people wanted to hear. And I do have to point out as well, this was my main concern whenever I first joined this project. I agree with having the slow growth instead of the massive influx of investors or users in the ecosystem, because whenever you grow slow, you've got more of a chance to send people to what we have here is the academy. So you can actually teach these new money, coming in.
for
You can
sure.
teach them how to actually use the protocol to properly take profits. So I totally agree with that.
Absolutely. And again, to be clear, I don't think, it's over for Luna. I think that they can probably recover, and that would be the same thing, that would happen if we had a problem at EMP. We would do what we can to avoid that problem, but if we did, it's about how you react to that problem, that really shows the true guts of a team or of a developer. I mean, it's about coming out of that hole and still being successful. So yeah, absolutely, bro.
I think Owen said it perfectly at Magic, for the people that listen to that AMA, and it's a perfect analogy in this case, is that just because it's an algo project doesn't mean it's the same. Every project is different. The variables are completely different everywhere, like the communities, the team, the inner workings of the project, the mathematics. All of those things are different, and what works or fails at one doesn't mean that it necessarily is going to guarantee success or failure at another.
Totally. And what works for us might not work for another algo project, or any project for that matter. So yeah, I mean, I get it. It's scary to see, another algo project get destroyed, or especially with the underlying mechanisms. But at this point, we're creating our own animal, and that is evident in Detonator and nodes and all the other contracts we built on top of the algo project to help sustain it. I mean, Luna doesn't have a detonator. I mean, I hate to keep going back to that, but it's really a really important part of the overall economics is that we have other contracts in place that help support, the ecosystem and be risk off, or risk averse to the actual market conditions. So yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. I got another question since we're kind of on the topic of liquidity and building the treasury. You could tie that in with the previous conversation. But Couch and Bull and I were talking about, yield farming outside of the ecosystem the other day. And Couch had brought up that you got to find the right protocol to invest in safely. And I had brought up Terra, Terra UST. And that obviously turned out to be a total flop. But on the same note, is there any avenues of outside yield farming that you guys are looking at to strengthen the treasury or possibilities?
Absolutely, brother. I mean, I can't believe that you just asked me that because it plays in so perfectly with literally the conversations we're having behind the scenes. And again, I mean, Vino, we haven't spoken about any of these questions beforehand, but you always come asking the right kind of questions. So yes, to answer your question, it's a resounding yes. We are in talks with again some other avenues of how to protect ourselves and being risk averse to crypto markets in general. And again, I mean, we were farming. On Anchor with Luna, we liquidated our positions months ago. Well, at least before any of this happened. So again, the Treasury is not in jeopardy at all, no matter what UST does. But no, we're absolutely looking into other ways to again earn or farm through hypothecation of the treasury because ultimately we want our treasury to grow and get bigger and then utilize that treasury to again produce yield indefinitely because that's where the true power is. If the treasury itself can produce yield, that's literally fresh capital entering the system that will support not only PEG, but the value of our system. So yeah. So again, back to the original question: are we looking to yield farm in other ways that is risk averse to crypto? Absolutely. Again, utilizing traditional markets for that, as well as other revenue generating avenues. So again, I know I mentioned it a little bit with our staking contract itself, that can be very powerful for other protocols. We've written the software that Jake again on chain built this smart contract from the ground up, and we want to offer that as a software as a service. So other protocols can buy that from us or partner with us on some of these proprietary contracts that we have, and that produces yet another income stream for the protocol without relying on market conditions at all. So yeah, we have a lot of plans in the works to continue fresh capital coming in and reducing the risk because that's really important. I mean, in the beginning, you make these degen plays or you're a lot more take all these risky gambles on having a major come up, but once you finally get that wealth, and once you have some successes, the hardest part is actually keeping that wealth. So again, we want to do things in the treasury that are about as least risky as possible, so that we're never in jeopardy of having problems or liquidations or anything like that. So absolutely awesome question, Vino.
Is there any chance that you can spill the alpha on what you guys are looking at now, or no?
So again, man, we're in the process now. I know we just did this major Ethereum raise, and under the current market conditions, it's a war zone out there. But I will hopefully be able to give more info on this within the next like 3 or 4 weeks. And again, it's still pretty top secret, but I think a lot of you guys are going to be excited for it. So.
All right. I thought I'd push my luck and ask.
Yeah, no doubt. You had to try, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Every shot you don't take is a shot you don't get.
There you go, brother. Hell
Perfect,
yeah.
Mystic. Perfect. And as a matter of order of function, I forgot to mention, anybody that raises their hand, I DM you and tell you like who had their hand raised before you, and then you'll be after that person. So if you just check your DMs, I've sent DMs to everybody that had their hand raised. So I believe Kirk is next.
Sorry, I'm taking up so much time.
That's all right.
Oh no,
real quick.
Perfect.
Yeah. No, finish up, brother.
I just hate interrupting everybody and then just hogging up all the time.
No, man,
But,
for sure. Any more questions? Go right ahead, bro.
I got one question. This is more or less a personal one and Discord quality of life, and then just a comment on the detonator. But maybe this is something that I could talk over with Machine Chan. But would it be possible to either live stream the audio or screen share the YouTube live stream in an independent channel on Discord, so that those that don't want to or don't use Telegram can utilize Discord? Or for the people that also just simply don't want to open up another tab on YouTube, I feel like we could actually reach a lot more people
Yeah,
if we were streaming this multiple places.
yeah, I agree 100%. Again, I'm a technology noob when it comes to like live streaming. I'm in the process of getting another computer so I can set up a better microphone and have this set up to really do it podcast style. But until then, I mean, absolutely, I would hope or I would appreciate if any of you would reach out and either do that with us or again, Machine Chan. He's really been the guy that set up our entire Discord. But yeah, if you have a suggestion on how we can do that, I agree with you 100%. I would love to be able to simulcast over on Discord as well.
Okay, also I'll shoot him a DM after this, and I actually forgot I do have one question from Discord, real quick. Polycat over on Discord he's making a comment about eShares. He says that we always encourage, taking profits through eShares and not selling your EMP or splitting the LP token, because then we lose LP, liquidity as a protocol. So he's questioning where the value of eShares comes from. And if it was just me answering that, I would just simply say buys and sells, fundamentals, But maybe you got a different aspect on that.
Yeah, so again, this plays into the overall, philosophy of the protocol. So eShares get their value from the boardroom print. And, yeah, there is the speculation and the fundamentals, like you said, but there's literally math behind what gives the eShares value, and that's when the boardroom is printing. Now, when the boardroom is not printing, then eShares are less valuable. And again, we're seeing that right now. And it's why we've said from day one that it's always so important to protect PEG because eShares is really a bet, for lack of a better word, on whether the protocol will be around. So if you're bullish on EMP, then there's value in eShare because those eShares are what allows you to mint more EMP. So this plays in again, like I said, why it's so important that we say try to maintain PEG. Again, PEG is not end all be all. I know that's kind of talking out of both sides of my mouth, but you see it happen. When e-shares are expensive is when we've been printing, we're above PEG, things are going well, the ecosystem is functioning the way it should be, and we're below PEG. It's a way of the system basically protecting itself. But with that, we'll see a value drop in eShare. But eShare has eShare is a very it's an animal all on its own. So again, that's why it's so volatile. We say to farm it instead of ape into it. And not financial advice, but the EV or expected value from eShares just on the boardroom prints alone could put eShare in a double digit or four or five figure number over the long run. So I know Machu. I think Machu. Are you here, brother? I don't know. I'm gonna put him on the spot. He's our resident math guy. He may be able to have a better explanation of where eShare gets its value. Hey, there he is. What's up, brother?
Yeah, good.
Yeah. You want to add to
sorry,
that?
I'm just sorry for the, I do, yeah. Sorry for the background noise, but
No problem. Go ahead, bro.
eShares is it basically the value of eShares is dependent on our ability to consistently print. eShares value is determined by the APR in the boardroom. So look, the reason why PEG is such an important part. I mean, obviously, it doesn't. If you're in the farms, you're still going to be printing all the time anyway. So if you're in the farms, markets like these aren't, other than your capital value at this point in time going down, you're still printing and it's still delivering for you. But in terms of eShare value and why people are so, why it's so valuable is because whenever the boardroom prints, obviously it emits a certain amount of EMP. Now, that percentage of EMP emitted is based on how far over 1.2 1.01 we are on the TWAP. So 1.01 would be a small percentage APR because we're just over that point. Oh yeah, we just hit that point. 1.03, 1.05 is a lot higher APR print because we're well above the 1.01 mark. Now, every time the boardroom prints, it prints more EMP into circulating supply. Now, the percentage printed in the boardroom is not only dependent on the TWAP, but it's dependent on how much circulating supply of EMP there is. So what I mean by that is that every time the boardroom prints, the circulating supply of EMP goes up. So when it prints the next time, there's more EMP printed. So that there's a higher value printed in the boardroom. And when it prints again, the next print is going to be higher, and then the next print, and then the next print, and then the next print. And so when you get consistency of eShares printing, you're consistently, with every print, the value printed in the boardroom is slowly getting higher and higher and higher and higher. And that's why over the last, when we kept PEG for so many days, in the last month or so, you saw eShares appreciation, growing a lot. But I don't know if anyone noticed, but as eShares, the eShare price kept on continuing to go up, it kind of averaged out in the boardroom of around a 2.5 or somewhere between 2 to 3% daily APR in the boardroom, even though eShare price was, what was happening is that eShare price was going up, but also
Oh, I think we lost him. Manchu, we can't hear you, brother. You may have to log on and log back on. Yep, we lost you, brother. Can't hear you, Manchu. All right, so we'll we'll see if he can jump. There he is. Go ahead. Yeah. So, yeah, Manchu, go ahead. Sorry, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, I had no idea where I got cut off. So was it at hello, or did I actually get some words out?
Yeah, brother. No, you were right there up until the end. So you were just saying that
Okay.
we saw, the boardroom at about 2% daily. So
Yes.
yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yes. And so because it's printing, every time it prints, the next print is higher. Even if eShares price goes up, the APR, the daily APR will still maintain around a 2 to 3% because they're both going up. And so that's why it's so important for us to keep PEG, because the longer we keep PEG, the more emissions that will get emitted into the boardroom, which will raise the price of eShare, which will raise the return on the farms. And so that's why, if we were continually printing if we consistently printed for the next, say, 3 months, and the price of EMP, we stayed above PEG, and the price of EMP maintained at this level, then eShare price will more than likely 4 to 5x from here. So and the effect would flow through to the farms, where your capital value in the farms may go up in an eShare BNB, or just the AP and the APR would be consistent, or the APR would go up dramatically if the capital amount stayed the same in the farms, because obviously with eShare going up, the eShare BNB value would go up with it, but the APR would actually go up higher than the eShare and BNB value, because only half of it's eShare and the other half is BNB, which could remain flat. It's a little bit confusing, I know, but just simply put, eShare value is determined on the APR in the boardroom. The APR in the boardroom will continue to grow, and so will the eShare value, if we continue to hold PEG above 1.01 consistently.
Perfect, brother. Thank you again. Always appreciate you jumping on with the math knowledge. Again, everybody learns differently, so hearing the actual hard numbers, I think is helpful for people. And so again, and that's why again, we say what we say is because when you dump EMP, it's a short-term profit, but then it lowers the value of PEG, and in turn lowers the APR and the value of eShare. So, over the long run, the idea is to build your LPs, use that EMP to build up your farm positions, and then the machine starts running on its own again, and then that's when we see a true skyrocket in value on not only on eShare itself. So that's why we say you can take profit in eShare when it's healthy. And again, I mean, now would be a good time, but everything is just completely crushed right now. So, if you're trying to help, but you don't have any additional capital, selling some eShare, to buy EMP, obviously that buying pressure helps PEG to go back up. But really, again, I mean, right now is not a time to really take profits or, try to swing trade. Right now is a time to accumulate and build your positions. So, we always say take profit, but when we're this depressed, you may be better off just holding off and waiting for things to level out. So, does that help, Vino?
That was way more than what I could have ever asked for. The clarification from Matu it was astounding. Really, honestly, I never really thought of it like that because profit taking is encouraged through eShare, but like he said, you've got this inherent value based off of if we're over peg because it makes eShare more valuable to stake. That way you can earn more EMP. So
Absolutely.
it makes perfect sense.
Awesome.
And
Awesome,
the
man.
last thing that I want to point out is in regards to the bloody market and how the detonator and auto farms alike are so valuable within this ecosystem because anybody can come in, put it into the auto farm or the compounder, and you can have a day like today, but you're still getting 1% or a little more based off the daily burst each and every day. So in my eyes, I'm looking at it as a perspective change instead of saying, oh man, the markets are down. I'm looking at that compound button. I'm saying, hey, I'm dollar cost averaging now, and I think a lot of people here would agree with that.
Totally, Vino. That's an amazing perspective. Yeah, again, I mean, you can't catch, it's extremely hard to catch a falling knife, or time the top and time the bottom. But if you're consistently participating in Detonator through compounding, you're building that LP no matter what is happening. So, yeah, amazing perspective.
I think that's all I got. If we want to go over to Kirk, Bull, I think you're up now. I'll keep an eye on YouTube for you. We'll just keep on going here.
All right, thanks, Vino. Always appreciate you jumping on again, being our liaison to Discord, and absolutely, bro. If you have a way for us to simulcast on Discord, I'd love to do it. I mean, I guess I can just start a live stream over there, just like I start on YouTube. But send me a DM, and we'll talk about that outside of this. So, real fast before we move on to Bull, Crypto Mike, are you there, bro? Was there anything you want to add? Go ahead,
Hey
bro.
guys, how are you? Yeah, hey guys, hope you're doing well. Matthew, sorry. It was an amazing perspective what you just gave. I'd love to add that as a video and showcase it to the world because that really showcases how we all win with this project. That is why AJ decided to really go this direction with Jake. And I'm really excited for the future here. We have some amazing, just absolutely amazing announcements that are coming up here for you guys. And I can't say too much about it just yet, but I will say there's something coming that is unbelievable. It's not reliant on the crypto market actually. And it will be an opportunity that we're going to be rolling out. So a little bit of bullish alpha in the midst of a non-bullish. Nobody wants to hear any alpha right now, Mike. Shut up.
No,
I
Mike,
know,
for sure. You
but
you just missed it, bro. I know you were a little bit later. They were trying to get the alpha out of me on how we're gonna how we're gonna protect our treasury with risk-averse things. And
Hey,
again, I
real
didn't
quick,
spill.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm getting feedback from Mike's mic.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Mike,
sorry.
mute for a second, bro. Thanks, Vino. Yeah, I know. I was hearing it too. So yeah, Mike, I didn't spill the beans at all. Vino tried to get me to, but we were having a discussion on how we want to leverage the treasury with more risk-averse plays. And again, I said that it's funny that he asked me that because we are working on some things in the background. And I know specifically, Mike, you have some plans. So again, I don't want to to give any alpha too much, but for sure, if you want to, give everybody a
Well,
heads up. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's important that right now we stick together, and as a tight knit community, we play this game the right way together. Okay, this is a pivotal moment. We knew we would be tested. We didn't know how bad or what the timing would be. We've been talking about it, preparing for this for a while now, which is great. Yeah, so essentially, the team is pulling together on a project that we've all been vetting out over the last couple of months. We thought it was a bad timing with the ETH raise, so we let that go through because, I mean, at that time, that's just what made sense. We have all this extra EMP. We've paired it together. It makes sense how everyone's getting a nice reward for doing that. So this is going to be more of a play for you guys as well. Similar, but it's very different in a sense that it has nothing to do with the crypto market. So more will be released when the time is right, because we, essentially, this is going to roll out in a beautiful way. You guys are going to see what I mean. We don't half-ass things here. So it's going to be rolled out the right way. But I'm super, super pumped. I have been seeing the benefits of this play for quite some time, and I'm just super pumped. That's all I can say. And I think that for those of you that are personally just kind of like, I'm done with this market right now, you're down in other plays or whatever it might be. Maybe you're hanging on to some stable coins right now. My advice, non-financial, of course, just my opinion, save your dry powder for what's coming up. And if you have any faith in me or this team at all, I'm not bullshitting you. Save it for what's coming, because it is the shit. And I have full 1000% faith in it. So I just want to, well, I can't say much more than that. I know that's really like shady or sounding or whatever. I don't know what to say about it, but it's just, that's all I can say. I want to roll it out the right way. The team wants to roll it out the right way. But this community, you guys are absolutely just, I cannot say enough amazing things about you guys, honestly. Like, just every time I come in here, I hear so much. Here we are on the worst day in crypto in a long time, and you guys are just, I mean, listen to the conversations that you guys are having. It's amazing, man. I just, I'm so blown away every time I jump in this chat, and I'm so proud as a content creator to have been privileged to meet a lot of you that are much smarter than I am, man. But this particular thing that we're going to roll out proves my philosophy as well, which, sometimes it's who you know, and networking is king. And that's what I have hit the ground doing over the last 5 years. So you guys will see what I mean. And the team is stoked. I'm stoked, and we're all excited for this particular opportunity. But in the meantime, we got to remain strong. We are one of the strongest communities in crypto. I have no doubt about that. I really don't. In fact, I mean, James Pelton, I reached out to him over a tweet that he had sent, and it was just, he accidentally said, like, when we're above peg, he sells eShares. And it just, it's just something that if you're not 100,000%, you don't know every bit of the strategy, you just accidentally say things. So I DM'd him. He said, "Hey man, I really appreciate your community is absolutely amazing. I've already had like 10 DMs." And I was like, whoa, so like we were down his throat all of a sudden. We didn't mean to be, but like we were on him, and it just, that's what I mean by this community, guys, just little things like that. So, I mean, look, we do have an opportunity for all of us to continue to earn, but it's like Matthew said, where we have to play the game, and we have to not get, and I know it's tough right now, especially when you have a lot of money in an altcoin right now, because faith in altcoins is at a low. But it's tough to not have paper hands in these moments when you have thousands of dollars and possibly a lot more than that on the line. Okay, I get that. But in these moments is where communities like us actually shine. Don't forget that people are looking for hope in different projects right now across the board. They're looking for that. And if we can remain strong during these moments, and I'm telling you, the market will stabilize at a certain level. All right. We're not just going down forever. It doesn't work that way. So, hopefully through the summer, like I said in my last video, I hope that this summer we'll see this ranging motion from, let's just call it 26K to 33K. And I think if we can maintain that through the summer, it's not going to be a bloody winter. It already is a bloody winter, but I hope you understand what I mean. For our project, for EMP, I think if we can just get some breathing room here, right? And we don't just like hit the teens tomorrow, if you know what I mean. I think we have a very, very good shot at standing out, even more than we already have. And I hope that makes sense to you guys, because I'm being very honest with the risk that I see, the risk level that I see within my own project, right? Within the EMP. And I see it as being, I think that we've maintained a very tight knit group, especially the emperors and the VIP community. And, you know, we're a very tight knit group. So if we can remain strong, and then you guys reap the benefits of what is to come, what the other opportunity I'm mentioning. Sorry, I'm a little all over the place today. That, you know, I think that we can really stand out. And that's where I'm coming from. That's where my head is at right now. AJ, I don't think, you know, saying more right now is relevant, but I think once we have, you know, the whole thing and we can show it in the manner that we need to, I think that would be the best way of rolling this thing out. And I'm super pumped, man. And yeah, I mean, you guys are in for a treat.
Yeah, bro, I couldn't agree more. Again, you gave us more than I was even hoping for, bro. So, again, you know, I talk on this a lot. It's not what you know, it's who you know, a lot of the times. And Mike is the most amazing networker I've ever met in my life. And that's why we, again, brought him on the team, you know, for many other reasons as well. Hell of a YouTube channel, again, the VIP group. But again, Mike is a good guy to know. He's making moves, and this next project, again, or opportunity, you know, I know it sounds shady, but we can't really talk about it. But again, it's something that, you know, it's going to be amazing, and it's going to be yet another way, you know, to protect all of us and to earn, or, you know, and to move forward. And yeah, I mean, we're
Well, if you
here for the
thought that
long
we
run.
were,
Yeah, go
if
ahead,
you
Mike.
guys thought that we've been creative so far with the detonator, with nodes, right? With the auto compound, like if you thought we were creative with the ETH staking, you have no idea how creative we're about to get. It's about to get a hell of a lot more creative. So that's what I'll say.
Hell yeah, brother, no doubt. There you go, guys. Hopefully that gets you bullish. And yeah, and Machu says he would be happy to do a video about what he talked about. So yeah, I'll get you guys
Yeah, let's
connected.
put that together.
Yeah, hell yeah, because I think that was some ultimate fire that we just heard from
Yep.
Machu. And like you said, Mike, with James Pelton, he you know, he had a light bulb moment. I know you reached out to him, I reached out to him, and when we explained exactly what Machu just said, it was like, oh my God, like, holy shit, no wonder why you don't sell EMP. You know, like it was like amazing. So
Right.
we want to use those as teachable moments. So yeah, absolutely, man.
Absolutely, man. And you know, that's one of those things where when you don't know, you don't know. And then after you know, it's like, oh shit, so we can actually all win. You're not just saying it. That's the actual mechanics of how it works.
Totally, absolutely, bro. And again, I mean, eventually, you know, we'll get to a point where, you know, the inflation is you know, a lot, and at that point, we implement what we call terminal use cases, that will end up burning EMP, and then the whole you know, infinite money loop is complete. And that was, again, yesterday we had Magic Finance on. Please definitely go check them out. We're part of their auto vaults now, that are already burning EMP. Part of their fees go to burning EMP off the market. So really exciting stuff. But all right, Mike. Well, thanks for
Yeah.
always chiming in, bro. I love to hear it. You get
Oh
me
yeah.
hype. So
You
anything
know,
else?
I wish we had a sort of a function where you come in, you learn the protocol, and there's like a special place where it says like, you know, I don't know, like dedicated EMP, and you just lock it up for a year or something, you know, so because it's so tempting to sell. It really is, especially when the markets get shaky. But, you know, this is the type of protocol where, you know, diamond hands actually do pay off. They don't pay off in dude, most other, I mean, any other protocol, for any other, Dogecoin, it's not going to pay off, man. Like people are just going to dump on you, but this is one of the protocols where diamond hands actually pay off, even if the price stays the same, which is incredible. So anyways, cool. Yeah. We'll circle back.
All right, sounds good, Mike. Thanks, bro. So, all right, Bull, go ahead, man. We're gonna pick it back up on questions. And Vino, were you done, brother? I apologize. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm still perusing Discord, and I got an eye on YouTube. If I got something that pops up after Bull, I'll just jump in.
All right, sounds good, brother. Go ahead. All right, Bull, you got it, man.
Oh yeah, Kirk was up, and I was just going to quickly say, EMP is the gas, EMP ETH LP is the engine, and eShares is your paycheck. That's how you take profit. You put it back into EMP, getting yourself more gas, building up your engine, and that's going to get you a bigger paycheck down the road, by increasing the price of eShares. So, Kirk, what do you got for us, buddy?
Hello.
There he is. How are you, Kirk? Go ahead, bro.
Hey, I'm good. I'm just like sitting here, like said in the chat, I'm like getting goosebumps. Mike's giving me goosebumps.
Yeah, man. If you knew half the shit I know about what's coming, you'd have even more goosebumps. Yeah.
I wish I knew half the shit you knew.
Oh man.
I love it.
But yeah, so amazing. I mean, I just got to say real quick before I do my little spiel, I don't even know if everybody, I know most people here can that sit in these AMAs every day, but the people that we have here, it's just insane. It's just insane the amount of information, knowledge, and caring that this group has. I just don't even know what to say about it. It's just amazing. You mentioned magic, AJ, and it really struck me yesterday. I guess was this yesterday that he came on and presented?
Yep, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, and Couch came on, and Couch was giving him some questions, right? And I thought that was great, and it struck me because I was like, we care about this protocol. And not that he was being mean, but it's like, hey, we don't want anybody to get hurt. And
Absolutely.
we got the good questions, we got some good answers, and Couch circled back around later and said, hey, I'm putting some of my bag in there, and and that's because we all trust you, man. And and I followed suit. I'm not as big of a player as he is, but and I just love the fact that we're all looking out for each other no matter where we are. And I just think that's, I mean, forget crypto, just in life. I think that's just unusual.
Absolutely, Kirk. Yeah, we have everybody has everybody else's back. It's like when when your daughter brings home the boyfriend, it's like we wanna know who this guy is, right? Like exactly. So yeah,
totally, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, it's hard in this life, and especially what we've all been through in the last 2+ years with the pandemic and everything. It's very difficult to find connection anymore. And I think that we've got a bunch of like-minded people, like you said earlier in this, and there's a certain level of connection that is, without getting too woo-woo about it, that we have, and that we're all truly looking out for each other and hoping for the best for one another. And I just think that's great. So yeah, my little spiel, as promised a couple of days ago today, my video on the Detonator came out, and just wanted to plug that real quickly. It's a heavy lift. It's a 30-minute video, but the Detonator has a lot to it. So most of the people that are listening to this probably aren't going to get anything out of it because they're all pros. But for some of the people that may be newer to the protocol, that's what it was designed for, to kind of give a different viewpoint to go along with the Detonator videos that you'll find in the Academy. And then also as a part of that, the contest is underway now. And just to recap that really quickly, I'm going to be giving away 1 LP to 3 different people. I'm going to, and to qualify for that, you just need to subscribe to my channel. I'm going to pick those people randomly on Friday, and I'll make the announcement here on the AMA there. But that, will get you one LP to throw into your detonator and also get you 6 tickets. So not a bad deal. So take a moment to jump over to the channel, watch some of the video if you're interested, but at least subscribe so that I can give a chance to give you a little bit of something. So I just wanted to let everybody know that's out. It's pinned in the main channel. You can get to it there, and I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate the feedback that I'm already getting from people on it. So I know it's a long video, but again, I wanted to do the proper respect and service to the detonator. I didn't want to leave anything out. So there you have it. That's my spiel for today.
Awesome, Kirk. Yeah, bro. I literally watched the whole thing. It was I watched all my videos on 2x speed, so it wasn't too bad. It was about a half an hour, or 15 minutes.
You did
But
not
yeah.
watch the entire thing.
I did,
You did.
brother. I did. Yes, sir. I did.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I did.
Unbelievable.
No, I do,
Oh,
brother.
man.
Absolutely. And I had to make sure all your info was correct. I had to vet you. But yeah.
Okay. Did I screw anything up?
No, man. Everything was great, and it's one of the most comprehensive detonator videos that's out there. So definitely go check that out. Everything I heard was spot on. And yeah, I mean, I know it's a lot, like you said, it's a heavy lift. But yeah, Mike says too, for sure, Mike. So yeah, it's a heavy lift, but that's the beauty. I mean, there's so many, there's so many mechanics behind Detonator. It is very complex, and we have to again go through everything. But that's the beauty of it. I mean, behind the scenes, it's so complex, but from the front end, that's the other beauty of Detonator is, you deposit in and you get more out than what you put in. I mean, that's really at the core what it is, and there's a lot of mechanics that make that happen and make that happen sustainably. But yeah, for anybody wanting to learn more on how Detonator works, really, really great job. So thanks, Kirk. Always appreciate your dedication, and again, you can you did it all. Nobody asked you to do it. You did it out of the goodness of your heart, and like you said, not to get all woo woo. I love that. But yeah, we're hippy dippy. That's another thing I call it. But I think we do. We attract a lot of like-minded individuals here, and we can all succeed together by supporting each other. So for sure.
Man, thanks so much.
Thanks, Kirk. Great stuff as usual. Greg is up next. AJ.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, yeah, there he is. What's up, Greg? How are you, man?
Okay, I'm well, and I'm sorry, AJ. I have to gush over you. I have to fangirl a little bit. You have rubbed shoulders with giants on the world stage, man. I mean, everyone on this call has 2 degrees of separation from the 44th president of the United States because of you.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
No doubt. So, yeah, I appreciate that, Greg. Again, man, I gave you a little shout out at the end. I don't know if you listened to the whole video. You were one that came to mind that came over from Jonathan's group, and you've been nothing but supportive the entire way. And yeah, for those of you that didn't watch the video yet, I did. I had the honor of meeting President Obama back in 2000 and what was that, 16 when he was or 2012 when he was campaigning. I did a portrait of him and his family. Again, my background is I'm a digital artist, and it was the first family portrait that included his dog in it. So that was my angle. Yeah, that was the angle, man. You always gotta have an angle. So it was the first family portrait with his dog Bo, and I got to present it to him. It was pretty amazing. So yeah, and here we are. Now we're in the crypto land. You never know where life will take you, right?
Yeah, and I attribute Jonathan's success to his dog Tex. So dogs are important, man.
For sure.
Tex is amazing. Tex is awesome.
And I think Tex is a labradoodle, which is what Bo is, a black labradoodle. I think his is a brown one.
Right.
But yeah, how about that for some more serendipity there, right? There you go.
Right? I know it's all connected, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my first quick noob question is I understand that farms keep emitting ESHARES, regardless, above peg, below peg. Is that correct? Is my understanding correct?
Yes,
Or
sorry, I was, yep. No, sorry, Greg, I was muted, brother. Yep, no,
oh,
absolutely. So yeah, the emission rates on the farms do not change. So, again, what does change is the amount of people that are in the farm. So, you may end up earning more or less from, it's really best to do it from, an actual LP, or token number rather than a dollar value. But just for easy math, there's about 60, so 60, e-shares that are emitted every day. And so the majority of those rewards go to the EMP LP farm. So again, say, 30, say just, and again, the exact numbers I don't have off the top of my head. I can give them to you if you're
no
interested. But
worries.
say half of those, so 30 go to that reward pool. Then those 30 are divided by however many LP you have in that farm, relative to the overall amount. So, and that's why Detonator is really cool too, is because those LP, even though they add, liquidity to the protocol, they're not diluting the farm. So those LPs are not, earning e-shares like being in the farm would. So again, another bonus of how Detonator impacts the protocol. But yeah, so again, to answer your question, those the amount emitted does not fluctuate. What will fluctuate is however many people are in those pools. And we've actually seen again with some of the whales exiting, you're actually probably getting more e-share right now because the pools are less crowded, so to speak. So yeah.
Well, I gotta say, I mean, from the perspective of a minnow who's kind of a newbie in this space, uh, you guys actually, I really feel like you set me up for success with that standard, 80-20 strategy. Like right out of the gate, don't bother just buying a crap ton of e-shares and going to the boardroom. Don't be allured by that, by just aping into, you
For sure.
I appreciate that. Like you really did help me find you really do advocate for a really sustainable and hedge, or really sensible hedge in concentrating primarily on those two farms, 80% in the EMP, Ethereum in particular. Um, I
Absolutely.
think I,
Yeah.
I
Well,
think I'd mentioned in. Oh, go ahead,
yeah, I
brother.
was gonna
You
say
had
no,
something to say?
just yeah, one last thing on that. So, and again, I think you see the fruits of your labor in the market right now because the boardroom is not printing. So, if you went all in on e-shares and had them in the boardroom, you're literally earning nothing right now, and you're 100% exposed to a volatile asset, and the only way to profit on that asset is to sell it. So, when you sell e-share, then you're done. Um, that's it. You're out of the out of the protocol. You have to buy in at a higher price or a cheaper price if you're sprint trading. But yeah, I mean, if you're in the farms, then you're earning all day, every day. It doesn't matter, what the boardroom does. So that's why it's so important to be a lot heavier in the farms than in the boardroom.
Yeah, man, and I mean, again, I hope I'm not being too fangirly here, but if this is a stress test, if this is how this protocol reacts to, like, I don't know, I've seen some YouTubers go all hyperbolic, oh, the worst day in crypto history. If this is the worst day in crypto history, like then my confidence in EMP has never been higher. Like honestly, so like my initial $1,000 investment, it's still yielding $2.50 a day, like a 1/4% per day. That is freaking phenomenal. Like that's a higher yield than like any asset I could probably find on
Totally. Or at
traditional
least in
markets, right?
traditional, yeah, at least in traditional markets. And yeah, bro, again, and you have a long-term mindset, which is key, because those LPs, again, a dollar, $2 yield, when ETH recovers, and eventually hits new all-time highs, you can 3, 4, 5x those returns on a daily basis. I mean, it's just incredible.
And that's the key. Like for me, what helps me see that long term, or try to stick with a long term outlook, is to I do try to prioritize yield over, whatever the present value of my underlying assets might be on a day-to-day basis. That's going to fluctuate a lot. Like, I think, that's kind of the first thing you learn about crypto, is that it's volatile. If you play it right, honestly, that volatility is more of a feature than a bug.
For sure.
But yeah, man, like, I'm making a 0.25% on my initial investment, even after this crazy dump, right? Because you had me hedge 80% of my allocation into this safer LP farm, the hit wasn't as prominent. If I had just aped everything into eShare BNB, which you don't recommend, then I would have been hurting a lot more. No, you guys really set up this beginner for success. I mean, this crash really just changed a absolutely amazing, phenomenal yield to well, this is still better than anything I can get on the stock market level yield. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So,
yeah.
I don't know, man. I just gotta sing your praises. So I am really, really excited to see. And Mike, you're whetting my appetite, man. Like, save my dry powder for something. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Greg, no doubt. Again, man, we do. We have stuff on the horizon. It's going to be exciting, and I appreciate all your support, bro. And yeah, always, I think that you bring a great perspective coming on and helping us go over, why we say the things we say. Again, not financial advice. Nobody's making you push the button, so to speak. But yeah, I mean, we want to again educate based on best practices. So absolutely.
I just appreciate being part of a project that's designed, for the long haul. Like, I'm not getting into this, thinking of an exit strategy from the start. Like, that's what you have to do with like 90% of DeFi. It is such a breath of fresh air to, you guys are awesome. No. Anyways, I'm fangirling up. I
Awesome,
appreciate
brother.
your time, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No, again, I appreciate you, bro. So, again, yeah, always here with the support and happy to have you on stream. So, all right. Well, I'm sure I'll hear from you tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome, Greg. All right, Bull. We got any more on the line? Go ahead, brother.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of people in the queue here. So Vince is up, and then I'm going to get some questions from the channel here.
All right, Vince, go ahead.
What's going on? What's going on, people? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, brother. How are you? Welcome back, man. You've been around. I've seen your. Yeah, it's been a while, but yeah, you've been around. Yeah.
I've been listening, man. I get on last night. I cooked my whole dinner while I was listening, just soaking it all in, but haven't had much to say. But these last few days have been, I'm not even going to say trying, because I've been involved in crypto for a full 5 years, since January 2017, and each year I've learned a little bit more, to where I understand that somebody said a little while ago, hey man, this is just the volatility, it's just the market, and it comes back. And the one thing I've learned is don't do dumb shit based on fear and emotion, because everything you see in red. And something you said yesterday, Bull, about, I think it was yesterday, about having a plan when this type of market happens. And so I'm just kind of like, all right, just be cool, V. Don't do anything rash. I know the emotions. You start reading Twitter and Discord and like, oh shit, man, I need to. And like, no, just stay the course. Just stay the course. Be cool, and and things, it'll be all right. So, but another thing that I've decided, y'all always caution against aping into things. Well, hell, that's how I got into this, and I can't help it, man. I'm a little hard-headed, and I took the opportunity to buy some eShares. I was like, hell, I believe in this long term, and eShares for under $1,000. Hey, man, that's a bargain to me. So, a year, 2 years, 5 years from now, hell, I'm be smiling, because because I bought those cheap E-shares. Now they're sitting on my MetaMask, and I just want to know what's the best way to use them. Put them back in the farm, to build up. They got to be doing something better than just sitting on my MetaMask.
For
So, and
sure,
I
bro.
bought double-digit E-shares. So tell me what to do with them. I need, not financial advice, but financial advice.
Yeah, bro, no doubt. So yeah, I mean, again, man, that if you can stomach that volatility, then good on you, bro. Because again, I think, based on what Machu said earlier, just from the numbers alone, if you believe in the protocol, inherently E-shares will gain more value, anyway. So, as far as what to do with them, so. Again, when the boardroom starts printing again, obviously you want to have them in there, but in the meantime, really it's up to you, bro. So you could go into the BNB eShare farm, but you got to realize that you're opening yourself up to impermanent loss. So if you go into that farm, especially now while everything is depressed, you actually end up with less eShare over the long run. I mean, you probably will have more BNB, but again, I think eShare probably has a lot higher upside than BNB does. So, pairing LP while it's low, can lead to a lot of to impermanent loss. So, really, man, it's up to you. If you have again enough to pair up, and you want to earn, then you can always go into that farm. But if you're just looking to be an eShare maxi just to hold, that hoping for it to appreciate, then there's really nothing wrong with just holding it, and not doing anything with it either, because that way you don't actually end up with less eShare, over time. So yeah, Bull, I don't know if you want to add anything to that or.
Well, it's just a matter of what risk you're willing to accept. If you believe like long term, like AJ just said, buying E-shares at a lower price, is probably going to be a good long term investment for you. But if you want to earn in the short term, you have to pair that up with BNB and get it on the eShare BNB farm. But then you're also going to be to what's the word I'm looking for? You're going to be involved with impermanent loss when you want to break that LP and then put it into the boardroom. And so if you're not familiar with impermanent loss, it's just basically the assets that you deposit can fluctuate based over time, based on price, and you'll end up with more of one and less of another. So, not that you're necessarily okay. And then there's a number of videos that explain it much better than what I just did. But the point is that you have a few different options, and if we don't regain PEG, of course you're going to want to put that in the eShare BNB farm, and then just deal with impermanent loss, because then you're going to be earning, regardless if the boardroom is off. But when the boardroom gets ready to turn back on, you can break that LP and then stick it in the boardroom. Now you have to assume too, or I'm assuming that's your strategy. You might want to just keep it in the boardroom and keep that consistent earning paycheck, and then pair that up with EMP that you have from nodes, or just use that as a paycheck. Or you can buy EMP ETH LP and then just buy more gas, and then you're just building your engine in your car better to get that paycheck in the future. And so split a little bit, save a little bit. It's all up to you, but there's a lot of options. And just what you did, there's really nothing that's wrong with that either. But me personally, I probably wouldn't just keep it sitting in my idle in my wallet. I would put it in the eShare BNB farm, because then that way you're guaranteed to be making some type of a yield from it. And then you can put it to work, and then you can put the rewards to work once those rewards start ticking up.
Okay, that was kind of what I was leaning towards. Just putting boosting my eShare BNB farm a little bit, and then just holding the rest until, hell, I've been spoiled since I've been in this about a month and a half or so, it seems like we've been over peg the whole damn time. I don't know any better, you know. So I'm like, oh man, let me put this ESHARES in the boardroom, and you know, it's really gonna start pumping out EMP. But you know, we get to see what it feels like to be under peg a little bit. I think, you know, we'll come
Right.
back around.
It's a great learning lesson for everybody that, you know, everybody wants to be an eShare maxi when the boardroom is printing, but first and foremost, you know, we have to get the gas for the car. We have to, you know, build up that engine in that car, and that's the EMP ETH LP that I constantly preach about. When we build those two things up and protect that, like the paycheck is going to happen. And so that's why I say, like, if you stick it in the Airbnb farm and make that yield, you can put it to work in the farm. And sure, is the APR lower? Yes, but it's absolutely crucial that that pool is deep, that engine is working for the system, because it's going to be able to, you know, grow all the rest of the parts of the system and protect the rest of the parts of the system. So hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. And a couple of things kind of shaped or shifted a little bit of my thinking from Machu's explanation a little earlier. He broke it down really well. And I kind of caught some things that I hadn't put together like he explained it, so that was real helpful. So, you know, hey man, I believe in this long term, and I've had conversations, you know, some lengthy conversations with a few of y'all, and boy, you know, I've told you I'm not doing this to take profit anytime soon. I just want to let it grow, and you suggested, hey man, just grow your farms for now, and then, you know, start stepping off into the detonator. I'll be sure to check out Kirk's new video so I get a good understanding of, you know, how to best utilize that. And you know, I kind of got a good idea just from being on these calls and listening every day. But and I just want to, you know, I believe in this, man. I believe in what the monster you created, AJ. This shit's gonna be around, and you know,
Hell yeah,
I've
Vince.
learned
Yeah.
I've learned that being patient pays off, man. In this, man, and every time I've made moves on down markets, emotion and panic, I regretted it, man. I sold low and ended up FOMOing back in at a higher price, and like, you dumbass, why'd you do that? And then go and do it again the next time around. But I've gotten better this last about 2 years, where I'm like, okay, just be cool, B. Don't just when you want to do something, sometimes don't do anything, and you know, save some dry powder. You know, I was like, hey man, I thought eShare was going down. I'm gonna get some. Now, you know, Mike's got me wondering what the hell, you know, he's talking about. You know,
Yeah.
with tonight about what y'all got working coming down the pipe. So, you know, I'm gonna have some dry powder ready for that. But you know, long term, man, I just know that I just slow and steady, and you know, I'm gonna be looking real good here sometime down the road. We all will, you know, and that's what this is all about, man. All row in the same direction, and we all just enjoy the fruits of it down the road, man. So anyway, that's all I got, man. Oh yeah, and one other thing on a personal note, man. Yeah, man, I salute you, man, and what you do and how you don't let disability slow you down, man. You mentioned something about you know, ALS. My father passed from ALS a few years ago, and just kind of going through that whole process. And I had a newfound respect for, you know, people with disabilities, and I, you know, saw him go from a very active man to, you know, being confined to a wheelchair, and how he just, you know, said, hey man, I'm not gonna let this beat me. You know, he still did things until he couldn't. You know, and you know, so I'm just like, oh damn, man, you know, you built this thing that's benefiting lots of people, and it seems like you're still working and collaborating to do more to make it even better, man. So just hats off to you, bro, and keep doing what you're doing, and I'll keep trying to do my little part to do what's right and bring some other people into the fold and make sure they do what's right, and shit, we can all win together.
No doubt, Vince. Awesome, brother. No, thank you, man. That means a lot, bro. Much love to you. Sorry to hear about your dad, man. You know, again, I kind of consider myself lucky that I've been in a chair since I was 2 years old. So I don't know. You know, I've never walked. I never had that loss. You know, as being an active person, ALS is even worse because yeah, I mean, you know, pro football players. I mean, it doesn't matter. You know, you get that and you know it deteriorates very fast. So, but yeah, man. I mean, again, it's about living life to the fullest, and regardless of, we all have our struggles, bro. Whether it's you know a disability or you know a mental issue or you know depression. I mean, everybody has their own struggles, and it's about how you know overlook those or use those as strengths. You know, to make your life better and to you know, make the best of the very short time that we have here. So yeah, man, and much respect to you. And yeah, bro, I appreciate you all you said about you know learning the protocol. I know you've been involved for a while now. I remember when you first jumped on, and that shows that you know you're taking the steps to you know invest in yourself by learning the mechanisms, by learning how the protocol works. And that's all we can ask for you know, as participants here. And yeah, anything you need, bro, let me know. So,
Got you. Appreciate it, man.
yeah, awesome,
So,
brother. All right, Bull, we got any
Yeah, man.
other? We got another one, brother.
Yeah, you
I'm
got
here.
time?
Yeah, man. No, I'm here for. I can do at
Okay.
least another 20, 25 minutes for sure. So go ahead.
Okay, so we have one from Maggie C. She wants to know if the current environment is a good time to launch like a new project. And she was kind of saying that in regards to like Pulse Chain, if from your experience, is that a good idea?
Yeah, so that's actually an awesome question. So shout out to Maggie, again, one of our longtime members. So, yeah, I mean, again, I am at the mindset of, you know, timing the markets and, you know, what happens. We can't really, I mean, to a certain extent, yes. You know, can we maybe wait a few weeks, for things to recover? For sure. But, you don't ever want to be handcuffed, you know, to, launching something that could have a major benefit just because of the market conditions. And with Pulse Chain especially, I mean, Richard Hart, he launched Hex, his first coin that did over 10,000x. He launched that in a bear market. So there is something to be said about launching projects in a bear market because typically it's the bottom. I mean, it can't go any lower, so you might as well launch in a bear market or on the floor because the upside potential is a lot more. So yeah, I mean, if anything, it's kind of the opposite of that. So yeah, I mean, we're finalizing things. We have a name already picked out that fits really well to our branding. Shout out to Bull. He was instrumental in brainstorming that, as well as some other army members, and we have a logo that's finalized. I mean, we're getting there. We're really close. So hopefully, again, depending on the super short term, what the market does, we may delay a little bit. But all we have to do is finalize the economics. Put out a light paper, and then we're gonna start building all of our socials. Because word on the street is Pulse, you know, could launch within 14 days. I don't think it's gonna be that soon. Again, code is always temperamental, but we could see Pulse Chain, you know, within a month or two, for sure. So we'll be ready, and it's not super important that we're ready to roll the day that the chain goes live. We have a little bit of wiggle room because, again, I mean, I trust everything that Richard is doing, but there's always, you know, some hiccups. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of network congestion in the beginning. So we're not on any super deadline, but you know, the next few months are going to be real exciting for all the things we have involved in our EMP ecosystem. So.
Great answer, AJ, as usual. We have Jesse up next. Jesse, are you around, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
All right, man. Spitfire.
Jay.
There he is.
Hey
What's
Jay,
up,
man.
Jesse?
Oh,
Yeah.
yo, listen, you already know this is gonna be a long one after showing that handsome face. You
Yeah,
already
brother.
know.
Hell yeah. Let me
Look,
have
look,
it, bro.
listen,
Let's hear
everybody,
it.
listen, everybody want to talk about the disability in the wheelchair. Man, you done went through that whole life with a handsome face like that. Nobody wants to bring that up.
Yeah,
But
bro. Hell yeah, bro.
You brought it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
oh yeah, so I mean, it's just an unbelievable community, man. I'm in traditional markets, and I have a crypto portfolio, so everything's bloody, man. So it's just really a breath of fresh air, man, coming to EMP, and to see how everybody bands together, man. Our community is just really impressive. Kirk's videos coming out, man. You can see the how well they would do helping people. Really encourage him to keep doing that. If anybody hasn't went over there and liked that video and subscribed, especially because the giveaway, do that. Shout out to LA, man. Them articles they're nice and clean, real nice and easy to read, nicely written. Whoever didn't go follow that, make sure you go hit Medium, follow that. And just appreciate everything everybody does, man. Bull, you're so instrumental in these AMAs and everything you do in the TG, man. I just want to show my appreciation, man, because this is the only place I feel safe, man, and it has something to do with everybody included, man. The select six, Jake behind the scenes, man. I just want to make sure that I show love, man, and just put my appreciation out there, man. AJ, you already know I got love for you
No
at the
doubt,
utmost,
Jesse.
man.
Hell yeah, bro. Like
I mean,
you said in your comment earlier, bro, about the we're putting in those 10,000 hours, brother. Hell yeah. So
yeah, it's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Anybody knows that, man. You're not truly an expert, so you got 10K on something. I don't care how good you are at it. So it's just really a breath of fresh air, man. Anytime somebody asks you a question, the way you respond, your disposition, your honesty, I mean, it just really shows, man. It's just really impressive. Oh, shout out to Crypto Mike, getting everyone excited for the alpha coming. I mean, got everybody on the edge. Look, markets are bleeding, and we can't wait to see what we're spending money on next.
yeah, bro,
So
that's so true, Jesse. He always brings the hype,
yeah,
right? They call him Crypto Hype, not Crypto Mike. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, crypto hype. Yeah, look, everybody's scared to death. And then everybody remember, if you're interested in a node, is this EMP's that discount ETH? I grabbed my giga today, so I encourage anyone that's interested in a node, get it while we're below peg. Don't
Let's
pay.
go. Hell yeah, bro. You said you
Yeah,
got
don't.
your a giga today. Damn, bro. You're showing out with that. Hell yeah, man. Love to hear it.
Yeah, listen. I said it yesterday. I got to practice what I preach, man. I'm not on here just blowing smoke, man. I'm all the way in on EMP, man. I'm riding out for the duration. So, and that's the reason why, I wanted to really go out my way and send my shout outs to everybody, man, the whole community, all the generals, you know what I'm saying? Like everything everybody does, man, it's just really like we've heard multiple times, man, from multiple people tonight. You go other places, man. You go to different YouTube channels, different telegrams. Everyone's panicking, man. It's a big panic, and we're cool, calm, and collective over here. So, it's nice to be able to enjoy an AMA in such a bloody market. And AJ, you already know I got mad love for you, man. Boy, I'm gonna hand this back over so this don't got to take all night. I know so many other people got questions, but I'll bring the hype on the next AMA.
Hell yeah, Jesse. Much love to you, bro. Again, appreciate your compliments. You always, out here showing love, and you've been an instrumental part in this community as well. And thanks for the shout out on my good looks. It won me over a beautiful wife, so that's all that matters, right, man? Hell yeah.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Awesome,
Jesse,
Jesse.
I actually have a nice title for you. You're a GFA, a genuine financial advisor.
Yeah, listen. You can't give me. I can't be a general. I'm giving out financial advice.
Genuine
Financial advice. Yeah,
I'm giving out financial advice every time, man. If I know it's right, I'm saying it. You know what I'm saying? People gonna do whatever they're gonna do with their money, and I know everybody feels, hearing in space a million times, not financial advice because somebody really wants to real quick blame somebody for taking on risk that they knew was risk. You know what I'm saying? Just because I advised you, you know what I'm saying, I don't never undermine the risk. You know what I'm saying? We all know the risk involved with an investment. You know what I'm saying? But some things are pretty cut and dry and black and white. You know what I'm saying? Like if you know, like for example, if you're gonna buy a node, it's better to buy it when we're below TY, because all we have to do is recover peg, and that was a deal. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody takes my financial advice and you get burnt, you can point a finger at me. I ain't gonna cry. You know what I'm saying? But you know the risk you take when you're taking it. And in my opinion, you know what I mean? I'm spending my money on it. So I'm never going to tell somebody to do something that I'm not willing to do. I'm not going to do myself or lead by example. So like I said, grab them gigas, because I'm on board.
Hell yeah, man. I love it. And again, it's like Jesse said, we have bonds. Bonds become available when we're below peg, and, but nodes are a really great, I don't want to say alternative, but they're a good, option when we're below peg, because now you're able to get, again, a discounted rate, and it actually produces, EMP for you. Again, that EMP is not additional EMP or inflationary. That's why nodes are so awesome, because that's EMP that's already in the ecosystem. But yeah, it's a way to, again, turn your paper hands into diamond hands, because now, you're getting a little bit of that EMP over a long period of time, rather than being tempted to, dump it or not help the protocol. So yeah, absolutely. All right, Jesse, appreciate you, bro. Thanks for always jumping on. So
Listen. I could real quick give the financial advice. When you grab your node, make sure you're in the farm so you have that E share to buy your ETH. Pair with whatever you're producing out of your node to create that LP. That's my financial advice for the night.
yeah, bro, no doubt. I know,
Perfect.
and yeah, and again, I'm glad you just said that, man, because even yesterday somebody said go over it again, the infinite money loop. That's it, bro. So can you say it one more time, man, on why you want to have enough E share to pair up with that EMP? Go ahead, one more time.
Right. So it's important that whatever node you grab, that you're also equally weighted in the farm, because you're going to produce that EMP. And when you produce that EMP, you don't want to sit in. So you need to pair that with ETH. So when you earn the E share in the farm, that's something that you can safely dump that don't hurt the protocol. Purchase your other side of the liquidity token and match them together, and then from there, it's up to you. I could, if anybody wants to DM me, I could tell you a bunch of different strategies, but you could diamond hand it into the detonator, which I highly recommend, or you could also bring that back into the farm, especially if you plan on purchasing more nodes in the future. You want to build up that farm, so this way you're equally weighted in the amount of EMP that you're producing and the amount of E share. So this way you can always take that E share and purchase the other side. Like I said this before, you could always zap it in, at the very least zap it in. But you always remember, when you zap EMP, half of that is being sold for Ethereum. So if you're producing that in the farm, you're not hurting the protocol at all, especially at a time like this. At a time that, right now we want to purchase EMP. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to do any selling whatsoever. So to say that again, make sure that you're in the farms, earning enough E share to purchase Ethereum to match with whatever EMP you're producing. And this is the same recommendation for when you're going into the boardroom too. When you're getting that EMP, if you get an influx of EMP, go into a node and re-strategize to make sure that you're producing enough to match up. You know what I mean? That's always the goal. The goal is to never sell EMP. That's financial advice. You don't ever want to sell it. You know what I mean? But like I said, you at the very least zap it in, because it deepens our liquidity. So it's always a good move if you end up with too much. But I don't recommend that. Always try to have a strategy ahead of time to not have to hurt the system. You don't want to go super node heavy. Take my advice, buy a bunch of gigas, and then you don't know what you're doing with all that EMP. So equally weight yourself. Make sure you're producing E share. You're farming E share. So this way you have something to purchase your Ethereum with.
Hell yeah, and that is financial advice, right, Jesse?
And you fucking know it's financial advice.
Yeah. Hell yeah, bro. Love you too, man. All right, hell yeah. So there you go, guys. It took us 2 hours to get there, but if you take anything from this AMA today, again, please replay that little part right there, we're working on a spreadsheet and a video of the infinite money loop that again outlines exactly what Jesse says and why we want to have our farm emissions equal whatever EMP you're producing, so that you can always be building your position. So hell yeah, that was amazing. So all right, awesome guys. What else, Bo? We got more questions? I got time for like two more, man. Go ahead.
I don't see anything, but I just wanted to mention because the highs and the lows, the scammers really tend to come out and take advantage of people's emotions. Never give out your seed phrase. Never click on links that people send you. Do not send people BNB or other assets when they ask you and they're pretending to be somebody else. Nobody here in this community is going to ask you for that. Nobody is going to say, "Hey, come to DM and I'll give you, I'll give you this or I'll give you that." The people here do everything out in the open, just like the blockchain is transparent. That's why this community that's a reason it has value, because everything is done out in the open. And so don't fall victim to, not knowing the answer to something or feeling embarrassed to ask in the community, because we want to help you. We want to help you earn. We want to help you be safe. And, we want you to be part of this community long term. So be safe.
Yes, absolutely, Bull. And they're coming out of the woodwork, man. We've had scammers galore the last 24, 48 hours. So please, don't ever respond. If you get a DM from somebody, again, 99% of the time it's a scam. Again, unless it's somebody from the army. And even at that, you have to make sure that they're not posing as somebody from the army. So a great way to do that is to look at your chat history. If you've never had a chat history with them, then go ahead and post in the main Telegram and say, hey, I just want to say, I got a message. Is this legit? And so, again, there'll be other members that can help you determine that, whether it is or isn't. I know it's even happened to me, and I know Maggie, she had a question earlier. I sent Maggie a DM way early on, and she's like, put it in the main chat. She's like, is this really AJ? It's like, man, that is amazing, Maggie. Yes, please do your due diligence. Like, that's what you guys need to be doing. Always be skeptical, and please never ever give your seed phrase away. But the scammers are smarter, man. They're getting smarter and smarter. So they may have you, take a picture of a QR code to migrate a wallet. Like, never do any of that. So Lunas, one of our team members and community managers, he does a deep dive on security every AMA during the week. He does two or three AMAs during the week, a little bit earlier time frame for our European friends, and so he'd be more than happy to go over any specific questions you have with all that. So, and you should also be using a hardware wallet. So, again, a Ledger or a Trezor, they're worth it. $100, $120. Buy it, and make sure you buy it off of their actual websites, not off of eBay, so they're not preloaded, with mirror software. So there you go. All right, that was my security talk. So yeah, you said we're pretty much at the end, Bull, right? Any other questions or comments?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I wanted to mention, because I did see somebody here with a fake admin title in the chat here. They said they showed EMP.Money admin, and I know that's not the case because they're muted, and I know nobody from the team has that. And so I know I mentioned it the other day. Like, if you want to know that it's really AJ or Crypto Mike, what you need to do is message them while they're talking here in the chat. Then you know that that's the real person. When scammers are going to try every trick in the book to try to trick you. I did remove that person from the chat and I banned him from the channel. So, but please be safe. Don't let people trick you.
Awesome. Yep. And again, we can look out for each other. If there is messages going around, make sure you bring it to our attention so that we can ban the people that we have. But I mean, we've been looking really good, even on Discord and Telegram. I mean, we're now at 4,300 members on Telegram and over 3,000 on Discord, and those are all organic users. I mean, we've been really lucky with not a lot of crazy bot attacks. But the scammers are always there to try to get you, so just be super careful. But all right, well, again, I think that's gonna wrap it up then. Another awesome day at EMP, even though the markets are destroyed. I mean, again, how lucky are we that we can say, we have each other's backs and we have this calm about us, even though, on paper our portfolios are cut in half and the market is still so uncertain. Just take a step back, take a breath, don't make any rash decisions, and just try to think about things, logically and on a longer time frame. Because, dumping now or trying to dump and buy back cheaper, that's how you can really wreck yourself. You never want to sell the bottom. And again, not financial advice, but I don't think we're going to go much lower. And even if we do, it's short term. So again, I've been around. I've seen this all happen before. The same sort of sentiment. I know Vince said it earlier. You go on crypto Twitter, and it's like, oh my God, it's like a war zone. Like, don't listen to any of that. I mean, they're gonna fund you out of your bag. So keep a calm head about it, and we'll be here every day to just continue to evaluate what's happening, and move forward and continue to build. So, all right, I'm gonna wrap it up then. Bull, thank you. Shout out to my co-host, Bull. Again, thanks to everybody today for all the love and support. On my video with Jonathan Seller. If you haven't watched that, please consider watching it. There's a lot of great alpha in that video as well in regards to Pulse Chain. And we'll be here tomorrow and do it all over again. So, all right, everybody. Good night. Good day. We'll see you tomorrow.